Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. Today, you guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 16th August 2025. It sucks. I feel like listening to Julia Wolf in my room. Listen to the whole day. However, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna be listening to it because I'm recording the tower on all the three phones via my fourth phone. Oh, that's okay. I could. So this is part two to a video that we did this bit before. Now we called my parents, and when I say I called my parents, I called my mom today, and my father texted me. Okay, so this is why I had this reaction today. Now, before we start, I want to say that the first part of this video is a part where I complain and I read about my parents. It is possibly too emotional, but it's also something that I felt in the moment is kind of worth it. So what happened is, again, today I wasn't supposed to work. So the ex agency, the guy that I complained about, called me and said, "Hey, I know that you need." look how he speaks to me. And again, you guys are gonna say, "Dude, you're over exaggerating." I'm not. Okay. It's a question of principle. It's a question of values. It's a question of how you do life. You say, "Hey, a guy canceled on me today. I know that you need money. Do you want to work?" Why not just ask, "Are you free today? I need somebody to work." You have to say, "I know that you need money." This position of leverage, this position of, you know what? I'm doing you a favor. No, bro. I'm doing you a favor because the guy canceled. So you that like money so much, like I said in the first part, are you be missing some money? Why? Because the guy you're gonna get a percentage of the salary is not gonna come in. No salary, no percentage. No percentage, no money in your pocket. No money in your pocket, you're losing money. People like that, time is money. Money will come and go, time won't. Understand? So, I agree because I do need money. I'm not desperate, but I'm broke. Like, I'm good with money. I'm extremely good with money. I'm extremely good with money. But even being a magician with money, I'm not a magician. I'm not a magician, you know. Part of my neighbor's shit. Sorry. So that sucks. I didn't want to do that. Yeah. It's a bit tougher. It's a bit tougher because, you know, at the end of the day, I do what I can, and what I can is not enough, you know. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. With my parents. My parents, they don't know how much money I have. They don't know how much I work. They don't know what is going on in my life, right? And this is why I was really, really bothered today. But this is my fault, okay? When I was younger, I pushed my parents away a lot. I was like, "I don't want you to be part of my life. You're not part of my life, blah, 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 blah." I want to be my own person, which I did. The reason for that was because my parents were a bit too controlling. So I said, "You want to be controlling? You're not going to be able to control me if I just disappear. You want to be a part of my life? You're going to let me do my own stuff, and that's it." So I didn't allow them to be part of their life, right? But to my defense, I was a sad kid. I was a really sad kid. I was a kid that didn't like life. I was a kid that had this existential crisis. Who am I? There's this question. I have a tattoo. WAI. Who am I? It's a question that's normal to ask. But it's usually when you start changing. It's usually when you take a decision. Nothing changed. I didn't even know who I am. I didn't even know what I like. I didn't know what made me happy. I didn't know what was the goal in life. You know? It was rough. It was rough. It was rough. And then I pushed my parents away because I was depressed. See, my parents, they wanted me to do good. They wanted me. And I didn't want to hurt them, so I pushed them away. You know? And now, because I pushed them away so much when I was younger, they don't feel like I get close to me. Right? My problem is that they don't know me. And again, I'm possibly not the most open person. I'm possibly not the person that is sharing the most. Even when I'm speaking to you guys, most of the video is going to be on surface. Most of the video that I'm going to do is going to be a principle. Not a factor of this is who I am. A principle. You've been looking at my video for a while, right? And most of you guys, and that's not a bad thing, that is a me problem. Most of you guys won't be able to answer who's Ink. I say, well, I think that Ink's a good dude, or I think he's a bad dude. I think he's cringe, I think he's an asshole, right? And the craziest part, if you watch my video, is you'll be able to say, yeah, I know Ink's opinion about that. But I don't know who's Ink, right? And if I'm being honest, this is so hard to admit. What was the real reason I had so much problem with Ink Vendetta taking so much space? Why do you guys think I had such a problem with not being able to be myself? Because I know exactly who Ink Vendetta is. I know his opinion. I know he's a hard worker. You know? That's pretty much it. Then it was a guy that tries to do good. Trying to be a positive influence. I know that he's a guy that's trying to fix what he's done. The guy that's trying to fix the mistake that he made in the past. To make amends with certain people. Or the guy that seeks forgiveness from other people. You know? But Stefan is the exact same person. Is Stefan the exact same person because Ink is like that? Or is Ink is like that because Stefan is the exact same person? And the answer is just like this. I just did a review on Coca-Cola with no sugar. I was talking about how different it is, and people don't want to be different. Coca-Cola is a staple. Coca-Cola is a staple. I just got a text. Yeah, Coca-Cola is a staple, right? So as long as you're enjoying the drink, who cares? That's basically it. Like, people don't want to change. They want to have this product that they've been having since they were a kid. So change is not good. But then, who cares if there's sugar or no sugar as long as you enjoy what you're drinking? Make sense? Cool. And this is the exact same answer here. This is the exact same concept. Who cares the difference between Stefan and Ink? As long as the person itself is positive. If you find $20 on the ground, you're not gonna ask who lost it. You'll keep it. You'll say, like, what? You know what? I've lost money, and people took it and didn't ask if it was mine. So now that I found money, this is mine. You know? Kind of like a undisclosure karma. What's lost is okay. There's kind of this perception, this universal theory of the reason why you lost something because somebody else needed it more than you did. The reason that you found something that you needed that something more than the person that lost it. Right? Yeah. Try to be this person. This is a good person, right? Positive person. Try to give a positive change and do whatever needs to be done to be leading the place a more positive thing than it is. And I love my parents. I do love them. But it's a different thing. The reason why I was so upset today. The reason I was so upset today. I got a fight with my mom. Who 5 times. We talked for 20 minutes maybe. And 5 times she says, apologize to Jacob. I told him, Jacob, fuck you. Because I had a good job that they were willing to hire me. And he said that I was working for him for something else, which wasn't true. So he sabotaged my chances with the company that was good. So I could go back to him, crawl back to him, and beg, please, dude, give me a job. Give me a job that I can get on my own. Give me a job that you're going to take a part of my salary. Please, bro, I beg you. My mom, she wanted me to do that. I have pride, which is a bad thing, I guess. Because that pride will not allow me to beg. But at the same time, even if I didn't have pride, the way this person is goes against my value of what a person should do. I'm not gonna ask a person that's violent to take care of my kids. I'm not gonna ask someone that's racist to organize a party in my building. And I'm not gonna ask a person to be my boss when they don't care about me. Call me insane. I'll fight my mom with that. And my mom, she talked about today. She talked about some people at my age, they're married, they have kids. That's cool. How many people get divorced? So they were married, they had a good time, and then they divorced, and they went through divorce. In the divorce, it's never 50-50. There's always the person that initiated the divorce. And now these people are miserable. And they're my age. But they got married, so that means something. They have kids. How many people have kids by accident? How many people are shitty parents because they weren't ready? In one phrase, my mom, and I love my mom, not an issue. In one sentence, you're telling me, I don't know if you can take care of yourself. I don't know if you're able to succeed in life. I don't know if I wasn't there, what you would do. And the very next sentence is, why don't you have kids? You're telling me that I can't take care of myself, but you want me to have kids. Hello. My father. My father. I did a video like this, and this is, I promise, I swear to God, this is not planned, okay? Yesterday, I did a video. Yesterday morning, so about 36 hours ago, I made a video because one of my friends, the one that texted today, that texted right now, told me I want to unlive myself. So I did a video called Hardship. And one of the biggest part of the hardship is hurt people hurts people. My father today this is why I go crazy. You don't understand why I'm unstable. This is why. Me and my father yesterday, we went to the office to ask for financial aid, okay? Just financial aid. In the car, my father says, are you going to be on welfare your whole life? I said, no, Dad. I said, this is if I don't find a job. Worst case, I get it 1 month, I find a job. Worst case, I don't get it. So what are your plans? I said, well, right now, most of that I have are shitty because I don't have education. I don't have schooling. There's literally people with university degrees that give out CVs. The place I apply to because there's a crisis of work. if I had a diploma in something that is interesting to me, I would have a better chance of finding this place, finding a job here. Now, do the fact that they have a university diploma, let's be honest here, let's be honest, do it make them better employees? No, of course not. But it gives the boss more reason to give them a shot. And all I need is a shot. See, that's the thing. I've never been good at an interview. How often did I get fired versus how often did I quit? You know how often I got fired? 2 times. You know how often I quit? 13 times. Been working for 12 years, by the way. So yeah. And then he sent me okay, so this is a long story, but I'm going to tell you either way. And this again, I'm not a perfect person. This is me opening up to you guys. This is me being vulnerable. Please understand this, okay? This is hard for me to say. I was 22. And the worst thing is, I'll talk about my hardship yesterday, which is my biggest depression. I have this girl, and I mentioned this in the depression video yesterday. I mentioned this word for word, so this is not something I making it up. I have this girl that I think is the love of my life. I dated her for 3 months, and I said, yo, she's gonna be the mom of my kids. I want to marry that girl. That girl, she's a real crowd pleaser. And she break up. I tried to get her back for 1 month. I was 22, she was 18. I think she was 19. I know I missed one of her birthday. And she was a rabbit. She likes to fuck. I love to fuck. So I tried to get her back for 1 month. Doesn't work, and I started to get horny. Now, this is the crazy story. I did that at 22. This is too much information. I start jerking off. I start masturbating at 11 years old. With Showcase. There was a show called The Behind the Scene of Porn Movie. And if you were lucky, you saw a pair of tits. If you were lucky. I had my first kiss at 20. Lost my virginity at 12. And it wasn't great. It was a girl. She was a virgin hunter. What happened is she was touched when she was younger. So then she wanted to steal the virginity of people like her virginity was stolen. Long story short, you're a slut. But you give good head, so you're good. My second experience was at 22. For 11 years. No, for 9 years. I jerk off. And I find a girl that's not only good in bed, but wants to do it. I spent a weekend at her place, and we did it 9-10 times. It was really good. I spent a month, and I'm horny. So of course I go back to corn, right? That's what she do. But no, I had a taste of heaven. Why would I go back to mortal? I had ambrosia. Why did I go back to Apple? The cell phone company, of course. There's this girl that likes me. And I do not like her back. Never did. She loves me. And I know that she loves me. So I seduce her just to fuck. And she tells me she loves me. And I say me too, even though I'm lying because I want to keep fucking. I took this girl on a lie and made her promises that I'd never intend to do for 9 months. And then I got healed by depression. You know how I healed from a breakup? I went to depression. Depression killed libido. So when you're using a girl for sex, but you don't have libido, You don't need to use her. You don't need to use what you do. I treated this girl horribly. I wasn't mean to her, but I was a nice guy. She knew I was broke. She would make me meals. She would bring pizza. You know how much she was making? Minimum salaries. She was still generous. And I treated her like shit. I treated her like shit. I treated her like shit. Not once, not twice. Every single time I saw her, which is 4 times a week. So then my father tells me this place hires. The place she's working. When I met her, she was working there. Now she's the assistant manager there. I tell my father, I can't work there. And he says, why? So I told him, there's this girl that I treated like shit there. My father says, who cares? You need to pay the bill. And he's right, I do need to pay the bills. But these two, my mom and my dad, hi dad, hi mom, how are you? They don't know how much I have. They don't know how much I have. My mom literally calls me at 8 o'clock in the morning, panicking. Steph, do you have enough to eat? I'm like, Mom, I'm fucking obese. I think I got enough food, right? When you'll be seeing me lose some weight, you get to worry. I'm getting fatter every single day. I think I'm eating okay. They don't know. They don't know how much I work. They don't know how much I have. They don't know how much I'm looking for work. They assume. Now, this video started simply. This video started with me saying that I hide stuff from them, which is true. There's a reason for that. I was with my father. I go to my mom's house because he kicked me out. Kicked me out at 18. He kicked me out. And then I go to my mom's house, and it's a pleasure there because I get to do whatever the fuck I want. I get to eat what I want. I get to do what I want. There is nothing in my way to do whatever I want to do. I go to my mom's house for a year. I gained 80 pounds. Went to my father's place. We finished the course for baking. There's a girl in my class, and this is a true story. She tells me, I got a place for you, but I gotta buy the bakery first. So I ask her, when are you gonna be ready? She say, the month of July. I finished the school the month of November. From November to July, which is about 10 months. I spent those 10 months in my room because me and my stepmom, she's giving me shit because she doesn't want me working there because she says I don't respect anybody. But I don't want to be there. I'm forced to be there because, okay, so it's complex. I should treat my father really well because I like my father. But at the same time, I know the situation is temporary. So I am myself. And if you don't appreciate, I'll be gone. I'll be gone in July. But then she wanted me to be kicked out. So I avoid problem. I avoid confrontation. Because again, I've been kicked out once. I went to my mom's house. My mom won't take me back. It's like my father's place. I'm stuck. Long story short, I spent 8 months in my room. I don't remember how much. Yeah, I spent 10 months right in my room. I have 3 things. I got my cell phone to watch YouTube and to do emulator game. I have free weights, 20 pounds that I still have today. And I got rubber band resistance thing. So in 10 months I lose 70 pounds, right? I am starting work in a week. By the time I start talking to my friend, because again, I went to my mom's house, I was depressed. I came back, I started working out, I started feeling better about myself. I started healing again. I go out this one night. My father and his girlfriend go into my room, and I didn't trust them, so I put a trap there. I went in their medication cabinet. Tylenol, Advil, vitamin C, vitamin E. What was that? There was another one. I don't remember what it is. And I hide the package. They think it's drugs. So I come back the next day. And my father says, "Come here." Said, "Either you tell me what this is, or you're out." Now, okay, so there's three things. First of all, how am I gonna get drugs if you guys are always home and I'm in my room? I'm gonna wait until you fall asleep to go get drugs and come back, and I'm gonna do it while you're sleeping, that way you don't hear me? I don't think so. So I go in the cabinet, take out the corresponding things, and I show him. He said, "Why did you do that?" It's because I knew we were gonna look in my room. My father came in. He had double the key. He would take pictures of my apartment, because dishes weren't done. Take picture. He took picture of a bag of ramen, because the expiry date, it was expired. So there, you don't care about what you eat. But Papa, Dad, they're fucking ramens, dude. They're dry food. They'll be good. Don't worry. And if I'm sick, then I'm a dumbass for eating over due date food. That's my fault. I'm depressed. He goes into my medicine cabinet. He takes picture. Now this is all okay. This is all okay. Because once again, it's a feeling of fear. I'm worried about my son. So my stepmom, his girlfriend, one time, she cooked something. And it's not great. Sorry. It's not good. And I'm forcing myself to eat, but at the same time, it's not great. So she said I'm struggling to eat. She says, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't like it." And then she tells me, "You eat 2 years old ramen, but you don't like my food." So I look at her and I said, "I don't eat 2 years old ramen because I don't even know the date. I'll be honest, I don't know the date." And when she said, you know, she says, "I saw the pictures." So am I supposed to trust you guys? How am I supposed to trust you guys? So what I did, I started hiding stuff. Now, was the right answer to hide stuff? No, the right answer is to go and to see them and say, "Hey, when you do this, it's bothering me. It's not nice. It's not okay to do this." And if they choose to continue, that's their fault. If they don't choose to continue, like, okay, well, thank you for respecting my wishes, right? So am I so mad today? Why was I so mad? Why was I so mad? Because I'm not hiding stuff from you guys. They both know my name on social media. If they're curious, they just have to see. They just have to go there and say, hey, did my son did nothing today? Wait a second, he posted 10 videos today. Wait a second, in this video, you see him giving out CVs. Wait, in this video, he's meeting a government official to train him on how to get a job. Wait, on this video, you see him working. You're lazy, and you're assuming the worst because you don't trust me. Now it's one thing to not trust a person because you don't trust them because they're bad people. It's another thing to know that there's proof out there and not look for them and accuse them. Them, the neighbors, how often did they ask me, hey, did you steal garbage out of the balcony? No, I didn't. Did you ask them? Did you ask them? Did you ask the one below? No. Only me. And then they literally had to cut somebody else. Do it. To say, oh yeah, it's not him. Did they apologize? No. Did they say, hey, I was wrong? No. Fuck me, right? Fuck me. And this is what's bothering me. This is what's bothering me. In a world where there's no difference in between if I'm nice or wrong, if I'm guilty in both cases. A less honest person, a more fucked up person, would see people treat him as lazy and be lazy. Well, they think I'm guilty, so might as well be guilty. Think I'm gonna steal, so might as well steal. Then I get you guys, and you guys are like, yo, you're a role model. I'm like, thanks. Thanks. And most of the way people talk to me, most of the comments I get, most of the things that people that I talk to, they're positive. So I'm doing something right somewhere. It bothers me. I had this job with the agency that I didn't like. I'm with my mom, and I'm telling her about the company that I was working for, which was Sobeys. The food company I was working for was Sobeys. And I'm telling her, Mom, I'm working for Sobeys, and she's so happy. And she's like, oh my God, Steph, this is such a good job, and this is such a such a chance for you in the future, right? Then a week later, she's like, hey, how's Sobeys? I say, I don't know, Mom. Somebody's stealing. And the first thing that she says, are you stealing? Hello? No, I'm not stealing. And then I tell her that it's a sad thing because the boss at Sobeys is a really nice guy. And I'm telling you that my agency rep is not a good person. So my mom knows that I think the boss is a nice guy and the agency rep is a bad person. Doesn't matter what you think. You don't know them. I work with them. I know. Let's an example. My neighbors. The man's a cheater. The man is fucking 80 years old. He's not gonna cheat. He doesn't get it up anymore. Poor guy. I feel sorry for you. See, I'm an asshole now because I'm pissed off. My neighbors is cheating. And I know he's cheating. And you're still like, oh, he's a really nice guy. No, he's not. He's not. Because he's cheating. And then the boss of Sobeys, it comes to me because we have a report. I'm a nice guy. I spend time with people in the company. I talk to the employees. They talk to me. Now, there's a bit of racism in there because I'm the only French Canadian. So they're talking to me. So yeah, there's a bit of racism there. And I'm talking to them. And the boss, he tells me, hey, Steph, is there people stealing? And I don't want to snitch. Which is not true because I snitched to Jacob. I didn't know what to do, so I told the guy that was in charge of the agency. I ask him. And he tells me, please tell me. Then I said, I'm sorry, I can't answer. And that scared me. And he tells me, I know I'm asking for a lot. I'll give you a day. Please tell me. I told Jacob, the agency worker I don't like. Jacob tell me, don't forget who you're working for. Don't forget where your loyalty lies. Are you an agency worker? You're working for him. I tell my mom that. And my mom tell me Jacob is right. No, that's her opinion. I understand that. I understand that. But I'm going to go back with the example with the neighbors. The neighbors are really nice to my girlfriend. Really nice. They're almost maternal to them, to my girlfriend. I'm not going to tell my girlfriend that the guy is a cheater, because it's going to hurt her feeling. I know he's a bad guy, but I'm not going to tell him. I'm like, no, the bad guy, the guy that she'd complain about, he's right. And she tells me, don't bite the end that feeds you. You're right. You're absolutely right. I agree with that. On one hand, he's feeding me, but the other he's hitting me. It's like a dog, right? I'm the dog in this scenario. I keep coming back for abuse because I need food. And the guy's like, come, I'm going to give you food. And on the other hand, slaps me. Again. What about the bully? What's wrong with my bullies? Who was wrong? In the end, I was wrong. Because for 8 years, I let the guy bully me. I never complained to the boss. I never fought him. I started answering. After 6 years. A bit too late. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because it's so weird. So fake. They both think I'm lazy. I'm literally giving you the proof. You don't have to trust me. You don't trust me, that's fine. That's okay. Watch the videos. Count the videos that I uploaded today. Count them. You don't even have to click on the video. They'll tell you the time. Wow, Ink, I don't know what he did today, but he worked for 4 hours. If you go on Ink Vendetta Gaming, oh my god, you streamed for 7 hours. You're telling me my son worked for 11 hours, and I still call him lazy. Am I the perfect kid? No. But I don't tell him I'm the perfect kid. I don't tell them I'm perfect. They're not gonna believe in it until it brings money. Because money shouldn't be the reason why you're doing something. I could suck dicks for money. Am I doing it? No. No. If you follow the logic, me sucking dick for money is more valuable use of my time than following my dreams. That's why I'm pissed. Because the role model that I have, the blueprints of my whole entire being, the two examples I had growing up are both leading me in a direction that is wrong. You wanna know why? When I was young, I didn't like working. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest, okay? Very honest. The last job that I had was 8 years, okay? And it was the best job that I ever had. Still, 38 hours out of the 40, I had music. The last 2 years at the job, I was thinking about social media. That was my favorite job. You wanna know why I don't like work? You wanna know why I don't like working? Because I grew up with a dad that all he had to talk about was work. He didn't have personality. He didn't have dream. He didn't have inspiration. He didn't have a personality. I grew up with a dad. All he wanted to do was work. He was living to work. I grew up with a mom. Mom that would complain about her coworker. I grew up with a mom that would complain about how hard life was, how hard she was working. But then when they were offering overtime and she was tired, she was the first to say yes. Because she was afraid of missing money. I grew up with two people that had a very toxic relationship with work. My dad. The second my stepmom isn't around, they'll call me. Say, you wanna come over? I feel lonely. My mom, who is 67, doesn't have to work. She'll be 67 in 4 days. She won't have to work. She doesn't need to work. Tells me, Steph, I'm depressed. Ask her why. She said, I want to go to Egypt. I said, why don't you go to Egypt, Mom? I have to work. So I tell her, why do you need to work, Mom? She tells me I'm going to be bored otherwise. And I can't help. I'm forced to see myself as this. And I know myself. I know how passionate I get. I know how love I get. I hyper focus on things. I'm hyperactive. I'm either going to be the guy that hates his life because he doesn't like the job that he has. And has chains, a ball and chain, because he needs to pay the bill. I'm going to be the guy who does not have a life. Because he worked too much. I'm always that guy. How often do you see me not working? How often am I not doing anything? How often do you see me getting tired? It would be different if it wasn't for content. And both of them are saying give up on content, it's not gonna work. But for the content, it's complex. Do you know why it's complex? I like giving you guys scenarios. I love giving you guys scenarios. Again, you got two people. The first one met the love of his life. Look, Dylan Ardy, I don't know you, dude. Why are you inviting me to be guest on your live? What if I was a racist piece of shit that came in and said the N-word? Oh, I invited him to my guest. I don't know him. People are dumb. I get people sending me poop videos, bro. Poop videos. People pooping. Oh, wow. This is the best video I've ever seen. Amazing, dude. Thank you so much for sharing, bro. Wow. My name is Ronnie. I'm a medic. I feel like today is a lot of frustration because I feel disconnected from my parents. I feel disconnected. I feel like I don't have a voice. I have to lie to my mom to tell her I don't see my father, because otherwise she'll say like, hey, don't you want to... I have to lie to my mom. I have to lie to my mom and say, I'm not seeing my father. Otherwise she said, I wish you were seeing me more often. So I feel bad about that. My father's inviting me. And he says, wanna come over? And I tell him no. I can't tell him. Can't tell him. That my mom feels like she also deserves to see me. Because then he'll say like, oh, your mom is jealous of me. I'm proud of that. But then that I can't see you, I'm busy. Which is a lie, right? If they tell me something like, hey, you're still wasting time with your social media. Time to have your priorities. I'm working, dude. This mentality of a 9 to 5 is so toxic. So fucking toxic. If you're doing something that you like doing, you're not gonna see time pass. If you're doing something that you don't like doing, you're gonna need time to pass faster. Life is short, guys. Enjoy. Seem like a simple principle. I guess it's not. If you truly love your job, you would call it 9 to 5. Think about your job after that. My parents love their job. My mom, she loved it so much that she complains when she's finishing work, she complains. My father loved his job so much, I will tell you a story that happened 20 years ago at work. And surprise, you heard that story 10, 20 times. I feel disconnected. I feel like I have to be somebody else to please my parents. I feel like I have to be another person to make them happy. I had an interview to Starbucks last week that we missed because I didn't have my phone. You remember when it's broken? Yeah. It's an interview, that's a job. But I'm so happy I call my father. tells me, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. I do the pussy, so he doesn't tell me why. Changes the subject. And I push him and I push and I push him until I see that he's uncomfortable and I feel bad. I pushed him too much. I feel bad, so I don't push him enough. I don't push him anymore. Cause my mom was a lot more honest, a lot more direct. She tells me, Steph, this is not for you. You're gonna have a lot of order. You're gonna get stressed. This is not for you. So I'm here telling you that I have this job opportunity. And it's an amazing job opportunity. And you're telling me that it's not for me. And then on the same sentence you say, hey, you need to work. Just not this job. What am I supposed to do, Mom? What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me what I'm supposed to do. Please tell me how to live my life. Please tell me how to spend the next 70 years of my life. I'm 32. So luckily, if I was to work in a place I didn't like, I only have to do 33 years. Oh, you want to do some math? Okay, let's do some math. Let's say you're working 11 months a year. Take out the vacation, take out the Christmas vacation, blah, 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 blah. 11 months, right? So you do 44. Because 11 times 4, right? And then you do 44 times 40. But you're not great at math, right? So what you do is you do 40 times 4. 160. 40 times... No, wait. Yeah, 40 times 44. 4 times 6. No, I'm so sorry. 44, yeah. Times 40. Okay. It's 40. 40 times 40. 4 times 40 is how much? It's 160. 4 times 4. 16. $156 hours per year. No. 1,560 per year because it's 40, it's not 4. So you had a 0 at the end. Let's say 16,000 hours. You do 16,000 hours times 30, which is about 480,000 hours. These are that you don't like. And you see that. And your goal, see, yeah, but I got bills to pay, right? 480,000 hours. And normally you start working at 18. Then another 14 years of that. Then if you're lucky, you get a 2-week vacation to Cancun every single year, right? If you're lucky, you'll have kids. People wear those balls and chain proudly. I don't. And I'm lazy. Not to kiss my own ass. But if you're watching this and if you made it 54 minutes, how many people you follow that work as hard as I do? How many people that you know gave up before 40 years? How many people you know would have done this 4 years with no monetary incentive? How much did I make from social media? 900. How much is that costing me for rent? 675. Yeah. I got a month and a half. Wow. When do you hear me complain about working hard? When do you hear me complain about follow, subscribe, share? Never. I'm not a parent, I'm not a father. But if my son, my daughter, my non-binary kid, to be inclusive, did half of what I did, I'd be a little bit more understanding about not calling him lazy. My job, my mom sent me a job application today for Starbucks, which is a great thing. It's a great thing because last week she told me, this is not a job for you, Steph. It's too stressful. I said, yeah, mom, but it's a job that I would like. So this is showing that she's open-minded. She changed her mind. My son want to work at Starbucks, he's going to work at Starbucks. I'm proud of him. Thank you, mom. She sent me a job application. I said, mom, the place is not open. And she told me, so what? Well, if it opens in 2 months, what am I going to do? I'm going to be waiting for 2 months? I'm going to find a job. I'm going to find a job that I know I'm going to quit after a month and a half. What's the point? What's the point of losing your time? Paying the bill. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. You're gonna wake up one day and say, and they probably already did, and they say, my son wasted his life. I failed. My mom said the word, where did I fail? My father says, I don't understand, I raised you so well. What's wrong with you? You don't even know the half of my life. Just because I'm not following your footstep, it's not good enough. Your path, your ways are the only way that I have a future. The only way that I have a chance at something called life. Should be married, should be having kids. Doesn't matter if I don't like my wife, should be married. Do you think they know what's like to date in 2025? My father says at your age I had a house. Do you think they know how much a house costs nowadays? Father yesterday that says, I don't know why you don't have a job. When I tell him I got 9 interviews, and I ask him the question, do you think I don't do anything? Because he asked me, to be on welfare your whole life. And I'm like, you know how much I apply? He says, well, I don't know. I don't see you applying. So I tell him, I told you I had interviews. I told you they had to call me back. So you're telling me that I'm lying about giving a job. I'm lying about failing an interview. Why? If I was lying, I would say I would succeed. I have a very simple solution. I can lie and say, Mom, Dad, I have this job and I fucking hate that job, but I'm making enough to pay the bills. And they'd be happy. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe I'm the odd dog, maybe I'm the black sheep, maybe I'm the one who's wrong. We'll wait and see.